The community has spoken, so today I'm reviewing Premiere Pro's terms of use under 2 minutes. Let's start with the good stuff. They actually made an effort to make their terms readable by using those gray little boxes that explain their terms in plain English. Also, Adobe makes it crystal clear you own your content. This is mentioned at least twice in the terms and conditions, so there is no doubt about it. And the licenses you grant on your content are actually solely for the purpose of operating the services for you or for analytics purposes, but you can also opt out of it. So this is perfect. Another good point, there is no termination for convenience. That means they cannot drop you for just any reason. However, they do have a termination for cause that gives them sole discretion, so it would have been nice to have a grace period to cure any potential breach. For those worried about AI, well, good news again. Your content will not be used by Adobe to train their AI unless you do upload it on Adobe stock. This is a big win for privacy. Now, let's talk about the tricky parts. The limitation of liability is quite frankly on the low side. Their compensation is minimal and capped at $100. This definitely feels out of proportion given the hefty monthly fees. But what's more concerning is the absence of limitation of liability for you. While Adobe limits their liability, there is nothing capping your liability as a user. And this is especially bad when you take a look at the indemnifications you provide Adobe. Here's the kicker. This section appears to include Adobe's claims against you for breach of contract. Yet a little further down, they still demand to be able to take control of your defense. It just doesn't make any sense to let Adobe control your defense when they're suing you for contract breach. It would make a lot more sense if this section was referring to third-party claims. And by the way, the definition of matter seems to be out of place because it should be encompassing all the types of claims and not just the contract breach. So I think there are some commendable aspects to those terms of use. However, there are definitely some areas that would need improvement. So that's it for me today. See you in the next one.